lads, how's it going? Danny here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over potential Ultimate Scream 2 players. If you don't know, there's going to be two Scream teams. So, the first one is already on your screen now. You know, the likes of Ibrahimovic, Aguero. You know the Scream team if you've been on FIFA this week. But yeah, if you don't know, there's going to be a second one released on Friday. So, if you're watching this when it goes up, I'm going to upload this on Wednesday. It will be in 2 days' time. So, yeah, make sure you look out for that. They also released three, I was going to say two. They also released three SBC players on your screen. Dzeko, Milner, and Jesus Navas. Actually, no, one was an objective. I think Dzeko was. And, yeah, I mean, Milner was about 400k or something like that. Don't do him. But, yeah, they're not too bad. What I've actually done is I'd say analysed, but I haven't really analysed it. But, yeah, basically, there's 5 Premier League, 3 Bundesliga, 3 La Liga, 2 Serie A, and then 1 MLS, obviously, being Ibra. So, yeah, I've just kind of compiled that to... Basically, I'm going to predict, okay? It's very hard to... Like, you're not like a team in a week. You can just say, oh, he scored 3 goals. He's going to get in, you know? It's random. Like, Dele Alli hasn't done anything for Tottenham in about a year, okay? And, I mean, James Rodriguez, does he even play for Real Madrid? Like, does he even get game time at Real Madrid? I don't know. Anyway, he might have scored like 9 goals already this season. I don't know. But yeah, so I've used this information and hopefully my goal is to get at least one player, okay? I want EA to pick at least one player. One thing to mention is there was no goalkeeper in Scream Team 1, so it basically guarantees, well not guarantees, it basically, I'd say 99% sure there's going to be a Scream goalkeeper in Scream Team 2. Without further ado, guys, let's get straight into it. So what I've gone with, by the way, it's in no order. It's not like, you know, I'm going to go from goalkeeper to right back, left back, centre back, blah, blah. It's just, you know, there might be a 90 rated striker and then an 80 rated keeper, something like that. There's no order. So the first one we have is Moussa Sissoko. Just look at this card. Look at this card. This card is absolutely incredible. Also, I'm going to have price predictions, you know, later in the video. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, yeah, this Sissoko card is absolutely phenomenal. By the way, if I'm looking over here, I'm sorry, it's because this is where the cards are for me. Anyway, look at the card. He's got all 80 stats. Again, this is just predicted stats. I don't know how EA do them. He might be an 8. I don't know. Anyway, this is the Scream Sissoko. He looks phenomenal. I've predicted for him 400k to 900k. And you might be like, Danny, no one's paying 900k for that. You'll be very surprised, guys. I've compared this card to a Scream Sergio Busquets from last year. I can't remember what his like stats were. I think it was 90 pace and 90 defending or something like that. And he peaked at 700,000 coins. 700k. If you think about Scream Sissoko, he is in a better league, better nation for chemistry-wise. You know, he can link to... he can link to Mbappe, he can link to any French player, obviously. He gets strong links to Pogba, to Kante, to Lacazette. There's loads of people he's strong links to, so in my opinion, he'd be about 700, 800k, especially with them stats, let's be fair. But yeah, anyway, let's get on to the second one. I'm not going to try and extend this video to 10 minutes long. I just want to make sure, you know, I get my points across. I want to show you who I think. I haven't really done it who I think. I've done it who I want. I've gone with a couple realistic ones, but yeah. So anyway, we have Alex Telles next, which, look at that card. Like, you can play that card centre mid, CDM, striker, left wing, cam. You can play this card anywhere. The only problem with him, I think he has a 2-star weak foot. So that's literally the only downside. Yeah, in phenomenal stats. He's quite slow this FIFA, I think. Well, not, you know, not slow. I think he's got 84, 85. Some people do consider that slow, but yeah, so I gave him a nice little pace boost. And yeah, he's got 80 stats, like 80 or above stats all around. I predicted 300k to 600k. Again, I'm not a great person with the market. This might be 200k or something like that. I don't know, but I mean, that card, as a super sub, I know people have to, you know, no one's going to buy a left back for 400k just for a super sub. I understand that, but as a super sub, look at that. All 80. Sub him in centre mid. You're absolutely laughing. But yeah, I've also got his old cards. I used his road to the final. And actually, I packed his team of the season in Division Rival Awards. This guy was absolutely phenomenal. He was my end game left back. Like, in my team, he was my last ever left back. And I used him for like 400, 500 games. Road to the final, Telles was 260k at his peak. I think that's when, you know, Porter got through or whatever. And then Telles peaked at 450k. Obviously, the team of season market is a bit down. Like, you could get players. Like, if that team of season Telles were released now, he wouldn't be 400k. It's only because, you know, I mean, what, team of season's what? April, May. I don't really know. But yeah, basically the market's kind of going down at that time. But yeah, that's a phenomenal card. Now we're going to go with a goalkeeper. I was going to go to Stegen, but he just seems a little bit too, like, he'd be like a 91, 92. So I've gone with Courtois, because we all remember how overpowered his FIFA 19 card was. So I've kind of gone with basically the same card as his FIFA 19 one. But yeah, as I said, there was no goalkeeper in Premier League or in Scream Team number 1. So I think there's a pretty good chance that a keeper gets it of this level. I think they're going to do a very, high-rated keeper. So I've gone with Courtois, and I've gone with 200k to 350. I think that's maybe a bit too high. I'll say like 150 to 250 because, I mean, like, you can get to Stegen and Oblak for, like, what, 50k? So, yeah, I think he'd be about 150, 200k, no more than that. But a phenomenal card, in my opinion. Who knows if he plays like that in game, because we all know with keepers, their stats doesn't mean anything, to be honest with you. We've gone with the second Premier League one now. We have, I forget this guy's first, I think it's like Yuri Tillemans. All 80 stats apart from defending and physical. This is like more of a low-end card, but still, like, he's still a pretty decent card. Like, people would say you have a decent 300, 400k Premier League team, you're gonna get this guy, aren't you? Like, if you could afford him, he's probably better than, like, he's a very good box-to-box centre mid for Premier League. I can't really name much better ones, like Pogba. I think that's it for centre. I think I'm forgetting someone. But yeah, that guy is probably one of the best Premier League centre, will be the best Premier League centre mids, box to box, apart from Pogba, I reckon. I've gone with 150 to 250k. I don't think he'd be too much. Like, he's not a bad card, but he's also not a, he's not a phenomenal card. I think 200k is quite a good price for him. But now we're going to go on to a big boy. We have Bernardo Silva. A position change to Cam, and this card will go for a lot, let's be fair. Bernardo Silva. His pace is quite low, his shooting's quite low, passing's great, and dribbling is phenomenal. If you play this game, you know dribbling is very, very important on this game. And yeah, this guy's got an incredible card. I've gone with 250k to 500k. I'm just thinking because it's a position change, obviously a screen card, and it's Bernardo Silva. He gets strong links to, Scream Aguero. He gets strong links to, and you can, it's position change. Like, you can play him, before game, put him CDM, get Kyle Walker or something. In game, switch to Cam or something. In my opinion, this card's, quite a lot. But now we're going to go with a more realistic one. Obviously, EA are going to drop high-rated ones, but I don't think they're going to drop 4 or 5 or high. I think they're just going to do 1 or 2, like they've done with the old one. It was like Scream Aguero and Ibra was, I think, the only like high-rated ones. Anyway, we've got Benjamin Pavard, recently transferred. Hasn't got a special card of any sort, so I think he's quite a good contender. Doesn't have a bad card whatsoever. He's got, decent pace. His old card doesn't have a lot of pace, so this would obviously be used. And I think he's probably the second best Bundesliga centre-back. Maybe third. I mean, he's obviously not better than Lucas Hernandez, in my opinion. I think Lucas Hernandez is better because he's got lots of pace. I think he's got like 84, 85. And then Akanji's also a very strong candidate. Anyway, I've gone with 150k to 280k. As I said, Bundesliga centre-backs, they're kind of struggling. There's not a lot. So I think 150, 200k is quite a fair price for him. Anyway, let's go on to probably the worst one. We have Savic. Now, what they've done with Otamendi is he had 56 pace in his gold card, and they gave Otamendi a scream card and put him to 80 pace. So that's what? Plus 24. So yeah, I think Savic is like 50 pace or something on his main card. So I've just gone with a La Liga centre-back and just boosted his pace. Like, I've gone with a slow La Liga centre-back, and Savic was the first one that came to mind. So, yeah, I've gone with Savic, get his pace up, and actually make him usable, because no one's using a Savic as it stands. So, yeah, I want EA to make, some of these centre-backs actually usable with his screen, just like they've done with Otamendi. Like, no one's using a gold 83 rated 56 pace Otamendi, but you give him boost, and suddenly he's 300k. So, yeah, I've gone with 100 to 200k for Savic. There's quite a lot of centre-backs in the La Liga. Like, you have Adair Militao, you have Varane, you have Ramos, you have Lenglet, you have Titi. You have loads of them, so I don't think he'd go too much, because obviously people will just want to use like Varane and stuff. But yeah, I think 100 to 200k is acceptable. Anyway, we have the right-back position now, Calagiuri. Now, I have flashbacks of this guy's League SBC card last time. He was great for me. I actually done him, and he was a superb right back for me, because pace didn't really matter that much last year for fullback, so you could get away with 83 pace. But yeah, I've basically gone with the identical card apart from a couple stats. And yeah, I've gone with one rating lower because I think he's like 77 this year. But yeah, I think an 84 rated right back. I mean, all of these are good super subs. Like, look at his card. He's got good pace, good shooting, good passing, good dribbling, decent defending, decent physical. Play him centre mid. Like, there's no reason not to play this guy centre mid or something like that. Yeah, I've gone with 100 to 300k just for the sole reason that, I mean, it's a scream card, but there is also other options. You have Danny DaCosta, you have the flashback pitch check that they recently released. I know you can't get it anymore. But yeah, I think 100 to 300k is quite reasonable for that. It leaves it quite broad, doesn't it? So yeah, now we've gone... This is an interesting one. We've gone with Douglas Costa, who's a Piemonte Calcio player, so I don't know if EA will do it. That's the reason why I didn't go with a dynamic image, because you can't get, you know, like Dybala got an informant, didn't get a dynamic image. So yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think EA will include a Piemonte Calcio player in a promo just because it's not really good for their brand, you know, like you can't, you know, they're promoting players that are not licensed or something like that. But yeah, no, this card's phenomenal, good pace. He's shooting, like his finishing stat is very bad. So I think if they boost that, he'll be so much more usable because he's got great pace and great dribbling. Two things you need this FIFA. So if they boost his finishing, people are happy. People are going to pay that. So I've gone with 250k to 450k. It's very expensive, don't get me wrong, but there's not much, but, you know, strong link to Ronaldo, and there's not much better for Serie A left wingers or left mids he is. Now we have an objective. I've gone with, an objective card. We have Arnautovic. So, not a bad card, not a great card. I mean, they released a Scream Dzeko, so I'm kind of basing it on that. Like, EA don't want to give you an insane card for free. So I've gone with a Scream Arnautovic. He doesn't look terrible. Like, he definitely looks usable. He obviously gets a link to Hulk. I don't think it's a strong link. I don't know what club Hulk plays. So I think it's a soft link. So, yeah, and if they release, like, a flashback Lavezzi or something like that in the future, this could be a very, very good card to use. Now we have Suso, who is just a normal player. I don't know why I've done it in this order. Basically, yeah, no, he just gets into the main team. So I've gone with Suso. I can't remember what card I had. Like, I got a red version of Suso. I think it was his second in form. And I used him as a super sub, and he was phenomenal. So, yeah, this guy is actually quite good. I've gone with 150 to 250k. I can't see him being that much. Like, he's got decent stats all around. His dribbling's great. But yeah, I mean, I can't see him being much more than 200. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he goes to like 500. But now we have an SBC card of Renato Sanchez. Obviously, he's fallen off a bit. He's not really getting, you know, any informs or anything like that. Like last year, he played for Bayern. He didn't get one inform, I don't think. He got a foot swap, to be fair, which was right at the tail end. But yeah, I think this SBC, it won't be too much. I've said it will cost about 100k. But, you know, I can see it being like 50 to 80k. I've just got to get... It's EA, you got to remember. So, yeah, I've gone with 100k for this card. It's not a bad... It's a good little super sub. He plays a Liga 1, so you could link him to Neymar and Mbappe. Obviously, gets a soft link to Ronaldo if you're that rich. But, yeah, I mean, not a bad card. And I've gone with Memphis Depay. I mean, look at this card. I've boosted his pace quite a bit. Shooting's up, dribbling's up. I've gone with 250 to 350 for this card. Just because there's not really any Liga 1 strikers. I mean, you have Mbappe and then, what, a Cardi or something like that. So, yeah. And then we also have the, shout out to these guys, Elitage Design, I think that's how you say it, and a Foot Advisor. Both links in the description. This is their screen prediction. Just so I want to get other people's, you know, predictions in here. So, yeah, I did ask permission. I didn't just steal this. So, yeah, you have the likes of... He's got Sissoko and Suso, same as me. But then he has, you know, Suarez, Hummels, Ziyech, Werner, Patrick. You can see it yourself. And, I mean, look at these cards. Meunier is actually a very, very good shout because... I know it's becoming quite the current. You can sub him on at centre mid or CDM, like... These right backs and left backs are better suited for centre mids, in my opinion. But they've also done SBC and objective, so an Aaron Ramsey SBC will be quite good. And then Antonio, look at that card. Like, that is actually a very, very solid right mid, even a striker card. But yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching, guys. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it. This been a different type of video on my channel. I've been doing lots of SBC videos, so yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by leaving a like. If you made it this far, comment down below. Scream Depay, okay? Comment down below and Scream Depay. I'll leave a heart on it because thank you so much for watching all, what, 14, 15 minutes of me waffling. Yeah, so thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day. And, yeah, hopefully I can get at least one of these, you know, hopefully EA can put at least one of these in the game. See you later, boys. Peace.